Hey everyone, this is Louis7 and I am streaming the Lord of the Rings online. And I will be doing some Moria instances on my Beorning, who I tank with this group, but kind of the topic today that I want to be talking about a little bit is with Moria in general. So just so everyone knows, when I stream and try to have a discussion stream like this or just talk about something in general, I often get distracted and sidetracked by what's actually going on in the game, so this is just meant to be something like a topic for me to discuss if chat isn't too busy. Otherwise, I'm definitely happy to talk about other stuff if chat goes that way, but yeah, I think, looks like all my UI layout stuff is messed up a little bit, but I think I am pretty much set up with everything. I know a couple of my past streams, and I'm probably echoing a little bit there, I'm not sure, but a couple of my past streams have been very rough with things not working, and even the last one, that was actually, when was it, Thursday that I last streamed? That was on Louisden, and like, I tried to stream and nothing at all was working. It looks like things are working this time, and I've also had like issue with chat not working, and my whole like live panel not working as well, just a lot of general issues like that. But hopefully things work themselves out, and all that. I see a couple of people that we will be playing with, but to go more specifically, I don't know exactly what instance we will be running. And again, usually I tank on my Beorning. We have had some new people join our kinship, so I'm not entirely sure. It could be possible that we have other tanks now. I know we have another Beorning, but I think they DPS. I don't even know if they signed up today. But yeah, that's what's going on. I don't know, again, which one we're doing, so these are all, these three dwarves here, I'm like the tall one out of the bunch. Gotta wave to them all. But yeah, I'm not sure, again, which instance we're running. I just know that I'm tanking, and one thing with Moria that I can actually talk about is all the quests you get for these instances. So not only do you get the dailies and repeatables that I just picked up, but you also just get a ton of quests that you can get for each instance. Grand Stair, I know that one specifically has a bunch, and then all the other ones have a few with them, but Grand Stair has the most. So the sets with those, as far as what we have done as a group, which means what I have done as a character, we did Dicussion. We did, what's the other one here? The Grand Stair, and there's one, the Grand Stair's in the Redhorn Loads. There's another one in the Flaming Deeps. Here, I could actually looking at the instance panel, that would be a better idea. So we want non-scaling instances in Moria. So we have not done Dark Delvings, we have done Dicussion, we have done Scumfill, we even did Filical actually. We got a high-level player in our kinship to essentially help us, some of our lower characters. We were all 60. There were about 6 of us, I think, that were level 60. We had a full fellowship, I think, and then a level 90 or so champion come and go through it with us, and I healed that. But it was fairly easy with the high level 90 champion tanking as a DPS even. We have done Scumfill. You have to run that one twice to unlock the bottom wing, which we did, so we got through all that, and I think we got some of the quests, but not quite all of the quests done in that. Forges of Khazad-dûm, that is one we have done a couple times as well now. In Forgotten Treasury, it has been a while, but Forgotten Treasury is a lower level one. And hello, Dan's Adventures, good to see that chat is working, as I mentioned. That has been an issue in previous streams. And then, yeah, Grand Stair, we have done 16th Hall we did once. We actually did most of the ones I have unlocked, we just haven't done Dark Delvings. And the Vile Maw, and the Vile Maw is the Watcher raid, so we haven't done that. But Dark Delvings, I think, is the only like regular instance we haven't done, which should be the only one I have like regular quests for, like the non-repeatable quests. So yeah, I have a repeatable one, but that's Dicussion. This one is actually Scumfill. It's not a repeatable quest, so I guess I just missed that one when we went through it. It's entirely possible. We ran through that pretty quickly, and this one, the one for Bits of Spiny Flesh, I think you aren't guaranteed to get just by running through Scumfill. You have to do it a few times over to get all the Kurgrim you need. That's Dark Delvings. that one's Scumfill and Dark Delving, so even if I've done the Scumfill part, I still need the Dark Delvings part, but I think I need Eaters of Dead for that anyway. Grim Reaver, that is Scumfill as well. Oh, this is a repeatable, that's why I have that one. I was wondering how I missed so many, and one more for Dark Delvings. So Dan's Adventures, you're just starting Moria on Hviturk. I don't know if that's actually how you say the name anyway, if it's like Viturk or you actually say the H a little bit more pronounced. So you subscribe to LOTRO. I thought you meant you subscribe to my YouTube channel. So I think we're still a couple minutes for people to just like get ready for this instance and we'll be going. Unfortunately on this character, he's pretty much just stuck here in 21st Hall waiting for us to run instances. I don't have anything like super exciting to do on him. And yeah, I'm just like looking at the map. I could go out to Lothlorien, but I don't really feel like questing on this character because he's level capped. I could go to where I have the quest turn-ins at Foundations of Stone, but just in general I don't have much to do besides walk around and basically do nothing. Again, I don't really have any quests I'm too interested in doing on this character. I could do the Moria book quest, but I, especially right now, just don't really feel like that, to be honest. Otherwise, yeah, I guess I can look a little bit about the legendary item. I do have my Stone of the Tortoise for once I get level 60. I'll try to get as far into level 60 as possible, and then I'll use this to stay at level 60 for my group. We do have a couple people above level 60 in our group, but as our progression group in general, we are supposed to be capped at 60 at least. I think there are a couple people that are new that just happen to be in this level range, and they can of course join us because we want to be inclusive, but as far as the people that are consistently running good for us to be capped at 60 make it more interesting than just out leveling this and being very high level. And I'm only leveling this character since like 54 or something, just through the instances. I haven't done any regular quests on him for quite a long time. And Dan's Adventures, I know you have been subbed to my channel since the beginning, which it was a long time ago. I don't know if this channel was it the beginning of 2013 that I made this channel, or the beginning of 2012. Most of my videos I think started in 2013. I talked about this in one of my videos or an upcoming video at some point, I honestly don't know, but I actually had another channel before I started this one. And I wanted to make a new YouTube channel to focus more on LOTRO because that one had a whole bunch of different things going on. So that's how this channel got made. Oh, I need to. Yeah, okay, so I need to join Discord, but I had push to talk off. And I need to turn push to talk on, and I got to find the setting in Discord for that. And just so everybody knows, you all will hear the in-game audio and not the Discord audio, and I'll be on push to talk, of course, but I need to put my headphones on. Hello. And I guess the annoying things, I still don't really know how this works out for the viewers, but you all also, there's no like indication when I have my push to talk button up if you like for you all to see that I'm talking to Discord, but I guess it's usually just the context. So it looks like we have a whole bunch of people that signed up for this event, and we're only at the 6-mans. So they might be forming a second group. Okay, just wanted to say we have Darn, Harpigid, Watcher, and Turtle. I don't know, we haven't done all the instances, so my audio is all, so my headphones, I have no idea what I just tried to launch. So my headphones have like a slider to change the volume up and down, the auxiliary cable on them. But the problem is, it has to be in the right position or it will only play on the right speaker for the headphones. I didn't actually find out what we're doing. It'd be pretty exciting if we were doing a raid, but we are doing the 12-mans. Oh no, I just thought I'd bring it up in case. It's exciting. So yeah, it sounds like we will be doing the 12-mans. I guess I'll change the title of the stream to Moria Raids. Eventually, once we get going a little bit, I'll start talking more about Moria in general, maybe during our downtime. But because we'll be doing the raids, I'll actually have a bit of focus on that, because I haven't done them on this character. I've done plenty of Moria instances. We do this every week, and I've streamed it for maybe a month now. Well, has it only been that long? It feels like I've been streaming these Moria instances for like 2 or 3 months. Like, not in a bad way, but that's just what it feels like with me. And apparently I messed up the title anyway, calling it Moria. Moria and Moria discussing. Meant to do Moria discussion. Yeah, Dan's Adventures, I could do that, but actually it doesn't work that well with LOTRO. I actually do have that enabled, it just doesn't show over LOTRO for me. It used to, like when we were doing Shadows of Angmar content, that had to show over, but... and again, during this time I have nothing to do actually in the game besides circle around. I meant to barter some of my Kuzdul tablets. I think this is the best stuff. So it sounds like we'll start the Watcher and then maybe Turtle, but probably try to start Darn Orbigud. That would be fun. This sounds like what we're doing. I actually need to go to Bree. I always forget about this, but I need to go to Bree and get my subscriber daily done to get my town services and the jug and all that good stuff. So one thing that could have been considered is I have a lore master at level 60, but again, we need tanks, and I am level 59 and this character is geared. So it's not as much of a point, just considering our group. It's gotten higher level the past couple of weeks, but it used to be generally we were low level, but now we are higher level in general. And this character, I'm still used to him being like level 56 for some reason, even though he's 59 and been 58 plus for a little bit at least. But kind of the point with that was I thought maybe it would be worth considering switching to my lore master to do this, but I don't think that will be the case. So you forgot that you haven't had, hold up, let me just totally restart that. Dan's Adventures, you haven't had a forester in Moria for so long. You forgot you could actually, mine the Ilex wood. Yeah, the Ilex wood, it's weird because there aren't trees in Moria, but then they just have random bundles of the Ilex wood. And that's how you get your forester done in Moria. Look cool. For some reason I think this is Turtle and not the Watcher. That's okay though, the Turtle's fun and quick and easy, so we should definitely have no issue with this. We have a ton of people in this group. Our low level group has been kind of odd because when I joined it was around 6 people that usually were going through like the leveling instances. I joined around level 40 when they started with the Numinos, and then we got to Angmar, and for a while there we were usually about 6 of us still, but then it picked up where we frequently have 12 people and have like a full or almost full rift raid. Oh, what was I going on about? Oh yeah, Shadows of Angmar. So we actually got a bunch of people during that, and then when we went to Moria, it dropped down a little bit, and now it seems like it's going back up a bit, which is nice because this is the actual, just naturally when we're getting to raid, so it kind of works out with that. For a little bit about Moria, just while we're waiting for this to form. So when I first did Moria, to keep this relevant to the instances now, I actually didn't go through the instances when I first did Moria, which was unfortunate because nowadays I find the Moria instances extremely fun. They are some of my favorite instances in LOTRO. Except, well, Grand Stairs actually, that one alone is one of my favorite. The turtle raid, there's not much to it besides a big turtle, but it's fun. I thought about doing a bear hug, but Aurora actually seems nicer. I think we're ready. I am in tank spec, right? Yep. Just needed to double check that. All my skills were grayed out, and that's just because low on Wrath, and I think I just heard a weird noise, but we have so many people in Discord probably from that. Yeah, so I guess for anybody unfamiliar with the turtle, yeah, I can do that. Specifically for tanking, so I'm going to get aggro to start, but he'll put a debuff on me. Whoever has aggro, he'll put a debuff on them, so you have to aggro trade with the tank, and that's pretty much the only mechanic. Otherwise it is tank and spink, but that's how it's going to be. And of course I'm going to try to survive and let that debuff get as high as it really can before I start taking too much damage. So he gives this one profuse bleeding. I'm not actually sure. I'm actually curious. I need to find, for some reason I'm thinking it's gushing wound is the one that gets really bad, but I'm not sure. One of them. It looks like the other bear. Force Tonin. So to look at my debuffs again, yeah, Gushing Wound is the one. Actually, Profuse Bleeding, both of them are going up. One of them, Gushing Wound, is the one I think pretty much everybody gets, actually, so it's a Profuse Bleeding. Ideally... Oh, I just pulled aggro back. Ideally, I would get rid of... They would have aggro for 50 seconds, and I would get rid of the Profuse Bleeding. I could actually... try to avoid aggro for 50 seconds. Yeah, pretty much this fight is going okay. I haven't had issues. I know the aggro is dropping from the other Beorning, but I haven't had issues with taking too much damage, which is the important thing with aggro from my end. But the Profuse Bleeding can start building up pretty quickly. It's starting to take about a third of my health every 5 seconds, which it's fairly healable, but it gets way up there. I also keep backstepping. I'm not really meaning to. It's just once the turtle gets above me, I want to be in front of him and away a little bit. Hey Wolf Mika. This is actually a good fight. If I were to talk during a fight that we're going on, could actually talk about my turtle experience. I know we're a little over halfway done with this fight, but as far as turtle goes, I mentioned I didn't do any of the Moria instances when I actually leveled through Moria, and the turtle was probably the first raid I did in LOTRO. So I think I've mentioned plenty of times in videos that the first time I got to the level cap was during Rise of Isengard at level 75. At level 75, and I think, I'm not entirely sure, but I think I ran the turtle either when I got 75, when I guess my kinship, which was with a few people at least in this group, played on my old kinship on Arkenstone, but can you taunt? Oh, I did not realize my debuff was up that high. Okay, I'm going to stop hitting him while somebody else has aggro and just let my debuff go down a little bit. Or not. I was like, I have no idea how I was living when the debuff was at 40,000 damage every 5 seconds. And that's really the issue, that my debuff got to 40,000 damage every 5 seconds. I don't know how I didn't die when I was at like 15,000 every 5 seconds. I guess enough mitigations or something, or it just displayed the wrong number, but that was crazy. So Wolf Mika asks, how's the tank spec on Bear? You've done the red and yellow at level 47, but plan to skip Moria through skirmishes. So my favorite spec on the Beorning is actually the tank spec. They're pretty good tanks, and particularly at the level 130 captains are better tanks, but they're pretty similar to Guardians. There are a couple things about them that are better than Guardians and a couple things that are worse, but they're better than Champions and Wardens. It looks like a lot of people in our group are dying. We're getting a lot of people with the Gushing Wound debuff. I guess we're getting a little bit low on our DPS, but I should go back to bear form now that I got my defenses up. But as long as we have one healer alive and one tank alive, oh, and we have a champion DPS, as long as we have all of us, we should be good. It's just getting 300,000 damage with just us three, getting one of them healing. Oh, I have to... So I have to try to do 230,000 damage before I die in all this. So there is only a minstrel with me. A couple other people have revived. There's an out of combat res. Do you have your res, Capo? Okay. Yeah, just unfortunately started taking too much damage there. So with the tank spec on the Beorning, to go back about that, again, I really enjoy the blue line. That's my favorite spec on them, and I enjoy tanking on them. I think I mentioned they're better than, as far as like how good of a tank they are, they're better than Champion and Warden. They are good at AoE. I would say not quite as good as like AoE damage as a Warden tank, but they have a lot of good force taunts and just AoE aggro. Thunderous Roar doesn't have maximum targets, and it's anything within 10 meters of you, so that's a lot. A lot of enemies it can hit in just a really good force taunt because of that. Also, Menacing Maul. The Maul skill, any enemy in front of the Beorning will be force taunted if they get hit by that, so that's pretty strong as well. It's possible they could get this. It'd be pretty tough. Unfortunately, we did get really close with him, but unfortunately, just a little bit low on the damage overall, I think. Yeah, should be able to revive now. I think the Runekeeper who had the do not fall on me was dead, but once they revive, I can revive at least. So, Wolfmika, you hate the Guardian to the point where you start to dislike the places you run through with the Guardian? Wow. So I actually like the Guardian. I used to be a little bit mixed with them. I never really liked the tanking aspect of them, but I liked some of their damage skills and things like the parry chain. But when they were updated to have more of a bleed theme and just the DPS spec made more viable at some point, I think this was Helm's Deep with the trait trees. Getting distracted again, but what was I just going on about? Oh yeah, the Guardian. So I actually like the Guardian when they were updated with Helm's Deep a little bit with the bleeding, even though with my Guardian it was still slow. But the more recent updates to the Guardian, I really like the red line and how it plays still. But as far as tanking on the Guardian goes, I actually enjoy the yellow line more. Blue line in the shield just isn't as much for me, but actually more lately on my Guardian on Anor on this server, just my more recent playtime on her, I actually have a little bit of enjoyment using the shield skills. But yeah, that's unfortunate for you, Wolfmika. Oh, I think the Minstrel is still alive. I did not realize that. Wow. Okay, so I think we're ready to get this reset, and we'll have to wait for the Minstrel to come, but we have our Burglar. The Burglar in our group switched to his Hunter, but it looks like he switched back to the Burglar. So maybe that will help with the debuffs and things like that for our group to do more damage. I guess I should let this other Beorning know. Oh, what's this guild called? Just wanted to let that Beorning know in case they didn't know that they were using a force taunt. So, Wolfmika, you said the parry stuff was okay, it's just so slow when you and a friend run with 2 red guards. So, for me more recently, that was not the case for my low level. My Guardian on Anor actually felt pretty good with the damage, and yeah, it is possible that you could have bad gear and just not good at the class. I messed up my headphones again. Wow, the Burglar pulled aggro. He's done that a couple times. I guess just enough burst damage. It's kind of surprising. Had my headphones totally mess up how they were playing out again. For some reason I don't remember the last fight seeing all these burning amber dots on the enemy. We had a lore master last time. Of course, she's still in this group, but I just don't remember that. But with the Guardian, to get back on that a little bit, because this is pretty much a simple fight straightforward from here. With the gear, I don't know how much of an impact that would have, because I actually kept my Guardian well equipped while leveling. The weapon I think would be most important if you're up to like legendary items. Keeping that frequently updated with good DPS would be important. And otherwise you want like physical mastery, critical rating, finesse, the regular DPS stats that you'd get like on a champion. Otherwise, with the Guardian, with the actual damage, Sting is a good skill. I think that's what it's called, the super quick one. And the skills that put bleeds on enemies, like Brutal Assault. Actually, that's a little bit higher level until that one puts the bleed on the enemy. And your parry chain going through that will be pretty strong. Actually, in general, I think it's been a while since I played my Guardian. It's actually one of the classes I like more, and particularly with the red line. Yeah, so if you're level 64, you probably would have Brutal Assault where it does do a bleed. So that one would be good to use, but really going through your parry chain, now that I actually remember that's what I do on my Guardian. Going through that and really, yeah, just going through that using Overwhelm, I think it's called. Or what's the Retaliation? Retaliation and then Thrust and then To the King, I think is what the finisher is called. All those are pretty good. I'm probably about to die here. Let's see what my debuff is at. It's at 25,000 damage every 5 seconds, so it'll probably one-shot me any minute now. According to that, it should have already one-shotted me if it's really 25,000 damage. Let's see what it's up to. Still 25,000. Probably once it tears up is when it will kill me. I actually would want to force taunt him, but if I can avoid getting the next stack of this bleed, that would actually be a good thing. Oh, it looks like I got aggro, which means probably will get this bleed refreshed. There's just not much I can do. I can use like my defensive cooldowns, but they aren't going to really prevent me from getting one shot from that. But I got a res, and that's kind of the strategy here. I'll just let... I don't know which way I'm facing, if I'm facing the right way. Let's see. Here we go. Don't want to be spinning them around like last time too much from the group. Another thing with Guardian is you're level 64. This is more at very low levels. And actually, I honestly don't know anymore because I actually know the skill was changed, but in the yellow line, the mark debuff that like does light damage to every enemy, like does an AoE light damage pulse whenever you hit the enemy with the mark. So that at least used to do a lot of damage at low levels, and you could chain it. You could actually copy the mark to other enemies, so using an AoE would copy the mark, and then you could use an AoE and all the damage just gets multiplied. Was basically the way it worked. So you could get a ton of like AoE damage from that. I don't know at level like 64 if that would be anything that helps, or if the yellow line would be more fun for you, but something to consider. Looks like we're doing much better than last time. He's under 300,000 and we still have everybody alive actually, except the burglar. I can actually try to heal him. I don't need those profuse bleeding icons up or tooltips. It's kind of, I actually was working on a warding guide this morning, I think. Or I was working on 2 warding guides, one this morning and one yesterday. And both of them, I kept calling these things the tooltips icons for some reason. I have no idea why I'm tending to do that, but Oh, I got the killing blow on Nornoin. That's nice. Need to get that mithril flake. And stroll, don't need. I'll pass all that stuff for everybody else. Also, I guess I didn't use my subscribers dug buff, so I got some item wear during that combat and defeat from earlier. So yeah, Turtle's pretty fun. I think you can run it 6 times, and then you'll have enough of these bright emblem of Nimbradel. So it sounds like it could be a while before we actually run like Darn Arbogad and the LOTRO, just because this was a little bit tough. Which is I think it's kind of fun to do the challenge, but again, we haven't done all the instances even. So I'm not entirely sure what we're doing, but I got my loot, so I am going to leave the instance just to be able to do a little bit of stuff. For some reason my mouse pad, I guess it's just gotten like kind of dusty. So I think we're trying to decide what to do. It could be the epic battle. I wouldn't be too interested in that. Trying to think, there's somebody from my group. So Aaron, you were just telling your wife you hate that turtle. I like that turtle. I'm going to return to Moria. I want to find somewhere to put this character. I actually think it could be interesting. Could be interesting to try Enidwaith on him. Yeah, Philical is the instance name for the turtle. The turtle name is Nornoin, and he's usually called Turtle. So Dan's adventures in the many years you play this game, you've never actually killed the turtle? That's surprising. He's probably one of the simplest raid fights to just go in and defeat the single turtle and you're done. So that actually could be a consideration. I'm thinking I could also do Mirkwood quests on this character while at the level 60 cap. I think doing that would be interesting because then at level 65 I'll be under-leveled. And it would also be pretty neat getting those gear rewards at level 60. Getting level 60, getting all the gear at level 60 is what I'm trying to do, but again, I'm a little distracted here as we're trying to decide what we're actually doing as a group as a whole. So I'm going to travel to the 21st hall, and I actually went a little slow way for this. Oh, so if you're doing Helmsdyke, that would leave 6 of us to do, like if one group wanted to stay in Moria. Oh, Deeping Wall. Rationalistic, I think you can play a Guardian if you're not well hung. So Dane's Adventures for Physical for the Turtle, you've never been in a group for it. You have tried soloing it, but with that debuff you can only get so far. Yeah, that debuff, it can do a lot of damage. So Wolf Mika, you said do the Mirkwood book quest. The book is good and the skirmishes are good. Actually, Mirkwood is a good consideration for this character. It's been a long time since I've done a full playthrough with Mirkwood and done all the book quests. So I do think that is probably better than Enadwaith. I can do Enadwaith on another character. I love Enadwaith, and I have more recently gone through Enadwaith, so that is definitely worth doing. But yeah, while we're waiting a little bit to decide exactly on what's going on, to talk a little bit about my Moria experience. The first time I went through Moria, I've talked about this quite a few times, but just to give the full background, the first time I went through Moria, I hated it. And on my Warden, I went through it. So the first time I went through it actually was on my Runekeeper. Then I went through it a little bit on my Warden, trying to avoid most of it, just because I didn't like it. So not much with Moria there. It was a lot of dying on my Runekeeper, not only from falling, but also from the actual quest. It was pretty difficult. So what are we doing? Okay, do you all have 12 of that if I don't join that one? Not particularly. Like, I don't want to pull anybody away, but I wouldn't mind like running one of the Moria 3-mans if there are enough people for y'all to do that, and I could stay on this character. But again, I don't want anybody to feel like being pulled away from that. So yeah, falling to the depths of Moria, that was a big issue on that Runekeeper. So not only was I dying a lot, in general, I had a lot of trouble navigating. So navigating Moria, for some reason it feels a lot easier now, maybe just because I'm more familiar with it and more familiar with LOTRO in general, but I always had a lot of trouble navigating that. And Rationalistic, I do not play EverQuest. I think that was one of the games I was planning on trying, but it didn't have like a free trial or anything like that. Or maybe it did, but yeah, I'll drop if somebody else wants to join. Okay, so it sounds like we're going to take a break from the physical. Unfortunately, with the streaming, it's a little bit... Oh, what am I trying to say? With the streaming, I titled this at first like Moria Instances because that's what I thought we were doing. Then I thought Moria Raids, and now we're not even like really doing Moria. But I think to keep up with the Moria Instances, I will run one of the 3-mans, try and solo it. So there's Water Wheels and Mirror Halls. As far as I know, Water Wheels, you need 2 people. I'm not 100% sure on that, but Mirror Halls, this one's a little bit tough. I could actually try to solo Halls of Crafting or Dark Delvings. Dark Delvings is one I actually need. So I think I'm going to stay on the Discord for now. I might just take my headphones off but stay connected to keep track of what's going on. Yeah, Dark Delvings is the one we haven't done. That is something I could try. It would probably be really hard trying to solo that. So EverQuest 1 and EverQuest 2 both are free to play with limitations. That could be something I just wasn't really familiar with. And yeah, Aaron, Moria was very difficult. It definitely was a maze to me, but actually try and get something started up here. Let's try Mirror Halls. This is a 3-man, so it should be a little bit easier for me to just like join. Mirror Halls is annoying to you. Yeah, this one actually, I'm not entirely sure. One time I ran it and it went smoothly, but it's been so long I don't really remember it. And for some reason I thought Mirror Halls and what was the other one listed here? Yeah, it's in from the Lothorian instance cluster. That was just like a really random thing, even though I think we're in Moria. At least we're in a cave around Moria. So Rationalistic, you said my LOTRO videos are top notch. I'm glad you think that. I try to make good videos. I don't know if I need to be in that. Wow, I'm just went off the bat taking a ton of damage there, but yeah, that did not go well once I saw my debuffs. I could have gone a little bit better switching to man form and doing my heals, but this might not be that easy for me to solo. So you actually loved Moria even though it was difficult in a maze, Aaron. That's an interesting perspective, and I kind of get that point. You said it made it, there was so much to explore with it, it probably helped make it interesting. So I could definitely see that perspective. Just for me, it was more annoying on my Runekeeper on my first character through it. So we have an elite here and the 2 regular mobs. So I'm going to go ahead and get, I wonder what I'm taking, mostly tactical damage, but wow, I'm just going down. This is probably not going to be that great of a thing. I don't want to keep trying this and just keep on failing. I should actually have some potions here, so the fight's going okay now. I don't know if it was just the initial debuffs I had to get over and get the other orgs killed, but now this is like super easy. So you said rationalistic the way I explained. Everything is very clear and to the point. That is good. That's one thing I don't think I used to be good at. So when I started making videos, I felt like I just rambled on a lot and never actually Alright, so is this is a mirror I need. So the point of the mirrors, as far as I know, is to shine light on like the door or whatever, on these things. The Darnarbiga looking webs. That's not an accurate name for them, but that's kind of what they look like. So Wolfmika, you said the Moria book quest into Mirkwood is so painful. Cannot, for some reason. I don't know why I can't use that lever. But I will kill this group. It has 2 matrons. I see a chest here, so this is probably considered a boss fight, so we'll see how this goes. There might be somebody joining me. I don't know how many people were available. Or not running the epic battle, but it sounds like one person could join me, which would make this a bit easier. You tried to solo this many years ago, you think, on your Runekeeper, Aaron? Yeah, this is my first time actually trying to solo it. I don't know if I tried to on my Warden back when the legendary servers were at this point. It's really the debuffs. I actually have a lot of things I could use to remove the debuffs. I have all these potions. I probably should be using those actually. And I just took a big 1.3k crit there. But I just got 2. That just means I have to be more on top of my healing and keeping that type of stuff up. For some reason these wargs are getting healed. It's possible they have mitigation versus melee, so I have a corruption removal. It doesn't seem to give them anything. Plus 200% damage, so the matron itself gives a damage buff, and there are 2 of them going on. Okay. I really don't know the mechanics of this as another thing. They keep howling and doing things. What's that? Heart heals, so that's just heals morale. Wow. I might just not have enough damage for this. Alright, so I can try this a couple more times. I don't want to give up right after starting it because it is actually a little bit interesting trying to solo this, I think at least. And I think we'll have some people join for Moria instances after they do the epic battle. It's just a lot of people my kinship like epic battles, which is okay. I feel like spending time doing Moria on this character, and I didn't really want to do the Deeping Wall, even though that actually is my favorite epic battle. I just want to stick to Moria also because the stream's supposed to be Moria. But I guess I can go on a little bit more about my Moria experience. I guess I just have to do the boss fight for that lever. But on Moria, on my Hunter, that was my 3rd character to get to Moria, and I actually completely avoided Moria on her. I did like skirmishes and that type of stuff. I want to make sure. I think somebody logged off that was going to be joining perhaps, but... So is your lore master, Aaron, that you tried this many times on and failed, not your Runekeeper? I could see this being hard on both of them. I really don't know what to do besides try and keep my damage up, but I'll try this again and just try to pay attention a little bit more to the fight and getting the corruption removal. I guess I should focus on one of them. So there's the corruption removal, or corruption that I need to remove. And that actually didn't get that. It said plus 90% mitigation versus melee, but she took a lot of damage. Oh, I need a potion and a heal and a thing. I've been focusing on my damage a little bit more to try to actually get one of these orgs down now that I know the mechanics a little bit better, but now they got both those howls up, both of those heals up, and they're just restoring too much morale right now. Okay, got that corruption removed, but now they just have so many heals up. I took that one a little bit long, but yeah, they're just getting the heal again. I don't know when they howl. It doesn't actually have an induction, so I don't think that would be interruptible, but I wonder if it is. I also have this frost debuff, which I could have used my wound potion. I gotta remember I have those. This fight, it's like lasting and lasting. Once they get healed up, I'm not making progress. So I think, unless I get through this fight, I think I will stop after this because I can keep trying here, but the fight just goes on basically infinitely. I don't want it to be all too exciting, at least I want to think. Oh, the big boss is going to join now. I guess that took so long. They were like, we'll just throw another org at you. And they threw this big org at me right when I'm like close to Sacrifice. Oh, I don't know why I was trying to use sacrifice there. Right when I'm getting close to actually finally getting one of the wargs down is when they throw the boss at me though. So I actually got one of them down. That is good. I just need to see if I can out heal both the boss and the matron. And let me just check this corruption. Yeah, plus 90% mitigation. Okay. That was crazy that I was actually able to do that. Once the big orc came, the big, whatever he's called, Frosttail. It's like this fight got easier once the big boss came in, but I'll take that if that's the way it's gonna be. I just hope Frosttail himself doesn't heal. Unaffected by debuffs, which slow movement speeds. That is, I'm pretty sure every boss is like that. I don't know why this one is special in saying that. Got a stun, got a wound I can remove. Let's see, that wound. Okay, that one actually does pretty significant damage, so I'll use a potion for it. So when I use my Force Taunt, it's not just for damage. I do get an incoming healing modifier. And I thought there was something else, like some sort of reflect, but I'm not entirely sure. Actually, it's from this trait. Yeah, reflect, increased threat, and the incoming healing modifier. Oop, taking a lot of damage here. I really don't want to die during this portion of the fight. I got this far, got the big boss halfway down, and really getting the matrons down was the hard part, so just making sure I'm extra safe here. Just on my morale dipping low, that scared me a little bit. Okay, should be able to remove that debuff regular. Probably won't get too much out of this maul, but I'll use it while I can. This is probably something I could have tried on the matrons early on if I got like all my defensive buffs up, but that is in the past, so I don't have to worry about trying that. Oops, wrong button. That's actually bad if I do need the debuff remover, but alright, so loot the chest in bear form. There's no better way to loot the chest. The gear piece here is heavy armor, but I don't think it'll be useful for me. I really like the tactical mitigation from my helmet. I guess this one would have more morale, but I don't think it'd be worth, considering I'd also lose a decent chunk of might and would lose the resistance, even though that's not the biggest thing. Okay, so the mirrors. This is the fun part. The whole point of this instance is it's the mirror halls. It isn't the warg halls, warg pins. That is in Mirkwood. So this mirror, actually, gotta remember how these work. I need the light coming from there to shine on this mirror, I think. Okay, and that's shining to this. It was a little bit hard to tell, but I think it's shining to this mirror. And this mirror could either hit immediately. I don't know where this one goes to. Okay, so that actually opened it. There are actually some quests for this instance that I have not picked up. I don't know if you need to do the book quest for those or if they're just by the book quest people. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, I think I'm good to just go down now, have the light shining through. I really hope after getting through that first boss that I can actually get through all this. It's a pretty fun challenge here. It's nice that the Moria content is challenging enough that this is actually a challenge for me. I think it's more difficult than trying the Ingmar 6-mans on level. Those are actually fairly easy compared to this, I think. Even running those on level at level 50, they were fairly easy. Yeah, I probably really should have used Relentless when there was just those two matron wargs. It's been so long since I've just used that for damage on the Beorning. I know in Redline it's very strong. You can even use your ferocious roar to make every hit from it crit, which is crazy. But I have some trait points to spend, I just saw, so I'll spend those on increased crit chance for me. So get some more of these mirror shards. Can't do that in bear form. And then maybe I'll get this mirror shard, and then I need to shine. Oh, okay. Okay, so that mirror is shining up. I think you need to go up and turn one of these mirrors. There's one over here that needs to be turned. I'm not sure. It needs to be turned over to this mirror where my cursor is. And that one will do something. But first, I need to kill these Morovil. Morovil can be dangerous. They sometimes have stuns and tactical damage, and it looks like these ones have some debuffs. I have so many wounds. I guess they don't do too much damage or I would already be dead, but this would actually be a good time to use Relentless. Looks like it's not off cooldown. So I'll probably have to retitle this stream. I don't know why I randomly thought of this, but retitle this stream once again to Moria Instances. So at first, for anybody that wasn't here for this, it started off being called Moria Instances and doing Moria talk. Right now I'm a little bit busy with the gameplay to do too much Moria talk, but we actually were going to do some Moria raids, but then we did one of them. We did Phylical, which is Turtle, which is barely even a raid. It's just one boss, but it is technically a raid. So kind of at the time before that, we thought we'd continue to the Watcher, which is Vile Maw raid, or I need to go up, I think, and not down. I think. Maybe that's later. I'm just not sure the way up, unless I need to go down to go up. Or maybe I don't need to go up at all. I really don't remember exactly, so I'll just go where I can go for now. And then the group I was running with, they decided to do epic battles, but to keep to my whole Moria thing with the stream, and just because I didn't really want to run an epic battle right now, I decided I would go ahead and try to solo one of the Moria instances maybe, and this is one of the 3-mans. It's technically one of the Lothorian ones. But that is what is going on with the stream. And as far as Moria, this stuff is pretty simple. I can actually talk about it. I got a little bit with my Moria story, in a way. I got to talking about going through it on my Hunter, also known as skipping it on my Hunter. So I did that as much as I could. I just ran skirmishes, and this was back around Rise of Isengard, maybe still. I don't remember if Rohan was out by the time I went through Moria on my Hunter, but I think before I use Relentless, I'm going to wait for to remove my debuffs, and I'll do some heals and that type of stuff. Get my defenses up, and then I'll go back and now use Relentless. But yeah, that Task Mistress, it's not an elite master, it's the same elite as these other ones, but she just has a lot more health than the other Morovil here. But back to Moria, I'm making no progress with that story really, but yeah, my Hunter I avoided. I'm trying to think the next character that got to Moria, and I think at that point I was really working. Whoa, I just got hit for 6,284 from something. I was stunned, and I don't think I've taken that big of a hit. I got a 2564, 2564, and then yeah, 6,284 crit there that killed me while I was stunned. Oh yeah, so that's what I was going on about Dance Adventures, skirmishing my way through the Moria levels. So that was back again during Rise of Isengard time / Riders of Rohan, when leveling was slower. So I did a very slow way of leveling just to skip Moria. And I did it mainly through skirmishes, which meant I didn't get gear or loot or anything. So that was pretty slow on my hunter. I actually went to Lothorian on my hunter at like level 50. I don't know, whatever level I could go to Lothorian, and the mobs weren't red anymore, so maybe 55, 56, and just grinded through Lothorian before I could even do the quest there, just because I preferred that over Moria. That was pretty crazy, and in hindsight, probably not the best way to do things. I could have just done Moria a lot faster, actually trying to go through it than just completely avoiding it. So yeah, Moria for a long while there was something for me to avoid. I think the next character I went through it on was actually another Runekeeper. Maybe, so there was my Guardian. I think my Guardian was still a bit low level in my champion. I don't remember when I went through Moria on my champion, but I did a little bit, I think. All that's a little bit weird because on a lot of my characters, I ended up either re-rolling them or using, they had the Blessing of the Valor back then, which also in hindsight with that was not really a good thing, even though I liked it for what it was, just to get all my ults to the level cap essentially, but I had a bunch of issues with it, even though I was having fun on those characters. The kind of point with that is ultimately I ended up skipping Moria. Wow, okay, I need to pay attention to the combat a little bit more. I had 3 hits in a row, but I really wasn't paying that much attention to my morale. And I don't want to keep running back with this Taskmistress just letting the elite, the non-boss, kill me. After all that work with the boss fight, I'm just letting this little Moroval Taskmistress kill me. So I'll try to avoid that next time around. Yeah, I think I went to Lothorian probably around 55 on my hunter. As far as Moria though, I really am a little bit fuzzy how much I did of that on my champion. I don't think my Guardian quite got to it. Hey Quainfell, this is not a quest per se, but it is an instance. It's a 3-man instance, which there are quests for. So you're probably thinking of that. So this is the Mirror Halls of Lumal something or other. It's one of the Lothorian 3-mans, and it's actually in Moria as far as I know. But yeah, this is the Mirror Halls, and he said he completed it, but it was a pain. So this is intended for 3 players, but I'm trying to solo it on my Beorning just for fun right now. We probably will be running some more Moria instances soon, but what I'm having trouble with is this little elite mob, so I'm just going to actually pay attention to the fight a little bit more, keep my defenses up, because she likes to suddenly do a lot of damage to me when I'm not paying attention, so I'll just pay attention the whole time and totally throw off her strategy. So this is, after 30 seconds, she does 1000% increased damage on all attacks. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I should set up my red line just to like kill her before that debuff comes. So I'm actually going to focus a lot on damage right here. There's my interrupt. I don't think I got my interrupt off in time. Yeah, I'm going to use all my damaging stuff to try and avoid her getting that buff. Is the way we're doing this fight. Okay, that was much easier. I did not realize that a kind of regular mob could have a rage timer like that with 1000% increased damage. I want a buff like that on one of my characters. Okay, so I have more to do with mirrors here. This is why I thought I needed to go up, because I don't see a mirror shining down here. Here's another Taskmistress, so once again focus on damage. See, 25 seconds after that, oops, I got interrupted. Okay, should be plenty good on the damage, I think. There we go. So I'm not sure, again, which mirror I need to turn for what, because I don't see any light actually shining through. Let's see, maybe there's something below? No. Oh, I need the light to shine down there. That's what I thought. I thought there was something actually above that I needed to get, but I didn't see a way up. So there's a mirror right up there that's shining down to this. So this mirror is pointing over here, so it probably needs to be turned anyway. So I might have to go back up as kind of the point of this, and this will shine to that one. Might have to go back up is what I'm thinking. So that shines to this one, but I can go ahead and try to get these mirrors set up without actually seeing the light shine on them. Yeah, the first time I went through this instance, I was actually running it. I don't remember if I did this on level. Earlier I said that I didn't do any of these on level, but for some reason I'm just having visions of me actually doing this on level with one of my characters. I don't know if it was the first character I was going through like Moria content, Lothorian content on. But at some point in my past, I ran this with a friend. So this is... Okay, this is pointing to, hold up, try and get my directions right. Okay, that's pointing close to this, but not exactly to it. And this one, we want to point to that one up there, the hanging one. So Quainfell, you said it could be a quest much like this with mirrors in the Bat Ladies, the Morables. Yeah, I'm not familiar with a specific quest like this, but it's definitely entirely possible. So this one actually won't point directly towards that. That's a little bit concerning. This one, okay, this one points towards that. So I need to point the one I'm turning right now towards the one on the right of my screen. Okay, so that is one away, it looks like. Okay, I keep messing this one up. I'll have to see once the light gets shining down here, because I think I keep messing that up in the first place. So we need to get some light shining first of all, so I will head down here just to see what it is, because this looks like the progression of the instance. Again, to point out, yeah, I need to get that open somehow, I think, get light shining down there. Actually, I have to go down here. I really don't remember this part. It has been a long time since I've actually run this, but with the first time I ran it, I had absolutely no idea what to do, and I think the person I ran it with was also similarly kind of unfamiliar with exactly what to do. I really have no idea if I'm going the right way with this instance. I'm at that point where I feel like I have no idea what to do, even though all the mirrors are up at top. I feel like I'm just going to have to run right back, which I don't really want to do. Yeah, I need to get this open and have that mirror. I'm guessing I need to get this open at least. But we can backtrack and see if I missed anything again. That's entirely possible. I don't see anything on this level. So yeah, that was my first taste of the Moria instances though, so that was a little bit rough. At least it's, again, what I remember. It's not going to be 100% accurate, I don't think, because it was such a long time ago. So this is the only way, just making sure, again, I'm not missing something again. This is something you could like look up on the LOTRO wiki, of course. If I was stuck here forever, I could do that, but I think it's more interesting to at least try it on my own first. I haven't for sure explored everywhere, because as I mentioned plenty of times now, that I feel like I'm missing a mirror. So we have these ones going up, and there is something I thought I needed to do up, but I don't know the way up is kind of the problem. There are actually two paths, so maybe it's this one right here. Yeah, I just totally missed this path. I thought I needed to go up anyway. And here is the path up. Here are the regular bats. This would be a nice time to have the red line, just because a little fight like this would go so much quicker and even smoother a little bit on the red line, because I could basically kill all of them with Relentless very quickly with the way that works in the red line. Did that little bat just spawn? I didn't see that little bat before. It looks like it just randomly appeared. I don't know if there's anything to the left I need to get, but for now I know I need to get this mirror. We'll see. I want to see what Moral are here. Okay, I don't see any of the variety that get the 1000% damage buff. So I should be good to just go about combat like normal. There, I can get Relentless. This is another fight. I'd actually be interested in trying a fight like this on the red line, just to remind myself of how strong it is on this character at this point. Okay, so we'll see where this mirror goes. This one, I mean, not the one that I just pointed towards us. So this will go to that one across the way. And that points... Uh-oh. I think that was what I wanted, but I'm not entirely sure anymore, to be honest. So I have... Okay, so that light coming from that cave is good. We want it to shine up here. It shines to this one, which shines to this one. So that one right there is the one I need to either change or do something with. That probably needs to shine to this one right here that's next to me, so I have to find a way across this, would be my guess. So there was an alternative path, so we can go on that and look. Let's see, this is a fight I don't have to pay too much attention to. So I'm trying to think what else there is with Moria. So yeah, my next real adventure through Moria that I remember, I'll just skip straight to that. So that was on a Runekeeper. It was actually, that was back during YouTube before I did a lot of commentaries. I think at that point I was doing more commentaries, but I had a Runekeeper series where it was just basically gameplay with downtime sped up. So on that character I was going through Moria doing the quests and all that stuff, and I actually was enjoying Moria on that character. That was like a completely foreign concept to me, that this zone Moria could be enjoyable. So that was an interesting experience as far as that goes. But yeah, I actually did enjoy the questing on him, and I think that was there aren't any levers on this mirror, so perhaps it is not the case, except it's shining. So this mirror is shining for this way? Honestly don't know, but there's a path up here, so we can just look over here and see. Oh, this one I can turn. Oh, okay. This one does. Okay. Let's see what happens here. So that takes away all of the light. Huh. Probably want to... Yeah, right there. Okay. I see. I might have to turn some of the other mirrors, but this is... I actually think this type of thing is interesting, even if it would be... I could definitely see it being annoying as well. So we have a mirror going down, which is good. That's what we wanted. But I'm not entirely sure if these other ones, if they're supposed to be activated at all, or if that's just like a thing to distract you and confuse you. So I'm going to go down the quick way and see if this is actually open. It does look open. I don't know if I need more than one. It's entirely possible I need more than one mirror. But yeah, I'll go down here again and see if that actually did open up, but it looks like the light was shining. And just so everybody knows, the group I was playing with is, it looks like they got done, sounds like they got done with their epic battle, so I can go down here, and this one I need to turn, but this should be just a simple turn and definitely progressing through the instance. Are you still there, Jimmy? Okay, I'm actually running through mirror halls, but I think I'm almost done. But I'll join whatever instance after that. Attempting to, at least. The mirror halls. If you want to join, you can join. I think I just got all the mirrors set up, and I think I'm near the last boss. So, yeah, it sounds like people could join me after I've got to. Oops. Accidentally died while I was distracted with that. I wonder, that was the task mistress, so that's the one that kills me. But that's actually good. I'll get somebody else here. I'm gonna invite him too. Maybe. He could have gone AFK, that's entirely possible, but it sounds like we will get a little bit of help here. I kind of got through the challenge part. The last boss would have been interesting, but it's okay to have more people. I think they need to run it anyway. Oops. Oh no. Maybe he went AFK. But yeah, this instance in particular is pretty crazy with all the things going on with the mirrors. Of course, that is the point of it. I'm trying to remember. The other one, the Waterworks one, is also very weird. The water wheels, Naladoom. This one's Lumulnar. But Naladoom, that one is also really weird. I think you have to turn a bunch of water wheels. It's like this one's turning a bunch of mirrors. The other one's turning a bunch of water wheels, and that's just what the instances are called. I don't know. LOTRO has some really unique instances and raids and even boss fights and mechanics at the lower levels. I'm not entirely familiar with all the new stuff like in Minas Morgul or Merchant. If there are any like very weird type fights there, like there are in Hangmar and Moria, at least there's a lot of those. But this is like a full instance that has the weird LOTRO stuff, which I think is enjoyable. Where's the path down? Here it is. Oh yeah, don't want that on because I don't want to completely outrun the Runekeeper. So that is actually one thing as far as Moria goes. I kind of like that with the uniqueness of some of the fights and instances that we have done. Okay, there's the task mistress. That is the one that needs to die. kind of like the matron. There wasn't a boss fight with like 2 task matrices and an extra Orville, but I don't know the last boss if it's like that, but it's kind of like the orgs to start there. If they had a fight like that, it seemed kind of fitting because the org matrons on their own are pretty tough. They give a buff, and at the very start, as you all saw, I was taking a ton of damage from those early orgs, just the 2 normals and 1 matron, and then that boss fight was pretty tough, but that was just kind of something random I was thinking with this. Oh, apparently we got a chest just for doing the mirrors, as if that was like a boss fight. Luck hole. That's another one with a lot of morale. This one's medium armor, has agility. It'd almost be worth considering just because of the morale, but I think I'll go ahead and pass on that. Well, we opened up a whole other huge room here. I don't know if we have to do too much with the mirrors. Oh, I kind of forgot part of the mirror hall, so we actually have a lot left if y'all, yeah. So if y'all like want us to stop or I don't know if Jimmy's actually back. Oh. So, oh, I'm dropping frames. Okay, so I just dropped a lot of frames, and I think it's because OBS went crazy. So my stream is supposed to be a constant bitrate. My stream is supposed to be a constant bitrate around 16,000 kilobits per second. But OBS decided to randomly kick up near 30,000 kilobits per second. I have no idea why, so I think that's why the frames dropped. And my internet speed here, I have, as far as the upload speed goes, the fastest in this area, the fastest available. And unfortunately, it's pretty slow. It's 20 megabits per second, so I try to stream as high as possible with still a good connection on that, but... Oh, so Volume 2, Book 8, Chapter 3, A Relic in Lumulnar might be the one like this. So if it's a Relic in Lumulnar, this is the Mirror Halls of Lumulnar, so it could entirely be this instance you had to do for the book quest. I'm not for sure that's what it is, but... Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I know we have to turn these mirrors. This is a pretty big room, but I have to see where the light is shining on one of these. That was really weird. I had... Oh, there's a Morrible down there. The boss, there's Urgoth. That's how we get down there, I think, through doing these mirrors. Either that or she comes up, but I think we go down there. But yeah, when I was going through that above part, I completely forgot about this and what we need to do here. I don't know if we need to turn this, but I think we just need to... We should have light shining. We have light shining in the middle. but we need more light shining in the middle. Okay, here's the one we need. Yeah, it was the ones in the corner. So this is the mirror we need to turn, and I don't remember if we need to turn it to the middle or where exactly it needs to go. That was something fun the first time I did it. It was actually interesting finding it out, but it is something that's difficult in understanding exactly what you need to do. Yeah, it's probably gonna be a bit if you want us to just stop and join you all, or I'm fine with whatever, but let's see, this one I don't know if we need this mirror. I want to see what happens when we turn it to the middle. Oh, this goes at an angle. Okay, so that's being blocked actually. There's a way I think you can have it pass straight through the mirror? Maybe not. Oh, you can, yeah, we already know that. Okay, I'll just leave this here because I don't want to keep on messing with that while we try to... I'm fine with whichever. If they want to go, they can have the spot, I suppose. So it sounds like we will stick to doing this. I mentioned that people in the group. Which one? Oh. Yeah, we can do that after this one if you want. Do you know these mirrors? It's been a while since I've done this, so I don't remember the exact setup. At one point I actually had it down though. Okay, yeah, it's just been too long for me. I don't remember which ones you need to turn which way anymore. Again, I think that's good that I think you need them all shining in the middle, so we have like 2 there, but we need to get all these other corner ones. And for some reason I thought there was a trick of passing some through or going at some weird angle with some of them, but I really don't know from here, and unfortunately the person in my group doesn't remember either. Oh. Oh. I mean, we're getting through it. It's just a lot of mirror turning until we finally get them set up. I think we have north and east down, or south and east. So Aaron, you said do what you want, you've come this far. So yeah, that's talking with my kinship. That's one of the difficulties I mentioned with streaming and having like push to talk with a kinship Discord chat where you all can't hear. But yeah, I actually don't know, maybe that middle one. I think the issue I've run into before with this is sometimes you'd have 3 of them, but then there was one that was hard and you like had to switch them all, basically. Okay, so this one is shining in the middle. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3. So we're at 3 out of 4. So we have, okay, that one's covering that. Okay, so we have one corner that is not utilized, I think. So that's going there. It's this one. So this one's going there. Okay. Alright, let's see. Okay, that one's going. Get a top-down view and I can just get a better view on this one. Alright, so we're not using that mirror. One of these corners is being wasted. I'm trying to figure out which one, but it looks like all of them are being used. So this corner, okay, it's this corner that's being wasted. We need to get this one. So I think I'll just switch the northeast. So I think, yeah, it's the... After all this time, I feel like it's worth a try to jump that. That would have been horrible if I fell, but... had to try that. So this one's already going to the middle, but ideally once I turn it, will be, yeah, going back to the middle. And I just scratched my microphone if there was a super weird loud noise. Okay, so hopefully this works. I think it will. Hope it will, at least. It is possible that there is another one up on the eastern side, on the south there, that needs to be swapped, but I think we're set up here pretty well. For some reason I thought I just saw something off a little bit. Right, so this is one of those funky ones, I think. Oh, that bounce, yeah, that's right, that bounces that. I remember that. Okay, so that one, that's that corner one. I need to see where that is pointing now. This is like the most non-LOTRO thing I could be streaming about, but it's actually fun for me, at least. I don't know for y'all, trying to get through these mirrors. So this one actually shines towards that, but no, it's blocked more by this pillar. But I think I need to get this one turned somehow, and this is the kind of complex part of it. Okay, so maybe we need to turn everything. So this goes straight back to that, and I think turning this will not help once again. I should actually, should check the north side, see if there's another mirror there. Where is this one shining? So this one actually shines to that middle one, so maybe I'll go turn that and go about it this way. Yeah, making progress at least. I forgot what I was doing with this one. Oh yeah, so I'm turning it, because it's getting the reflection from that one, it's going, yeah, it goes back to the middle, so now it's just this one. This one will, I think I do have to rotate everything is essentially what this will work out to be, and hopefully this works and I don't have to switch it back or go some other way, but it'll just take a minute to switch all these, and I think I am utilizing everything now, which is kind of the point, but that just means I have to turn the rest of these. This would be, if I'm looking for like a very random guide topic to do, this would be one that is good on that. If I actually knew before I was going through it what to do, instead of figuring it out while I'm doing it. Oop, I thought I used it and then it didn't turn. I don't know, maybe there was some sort of lag. So one just went off over here, which this is the one I need to turn, this one. Now, and that will... and this one, west here. And I think once they turn that, we should be good. One more turn, there we go. And that did it, so good. We don't need to mess anything else up. Now we jump, because that is what is safe. We jump right onto this boss, which I don't know how tough the boss fight will be after all that mirror turning. It seems like they should have a nice easy boss fight for you, but I know this content is relatively easy. We are only 2 of us. It's a 3-man instance, and there's a little bit of challenge to it just because of that, but I don't think this content is as hard as it used to be. I really don't know what this instance, though, when it was released, if it was like something super difficult. Well, that is a ton of dread on that Runekeeper. I might get... I have a hope token. Oh, I should have used the heal on myself. Wow. Alright, that was a very dangerous force taunt, but as long as I can get all the AoE here, remove all my debuffs, I removed 3 of my debuffs and I still have 4 debuffs. Down to 3 again. I really don't remember this fight. I remember about this instance, the mirrors, and that's it. So Aaron, I definitely agree, yay from that. That was a big task to accomplish somehow, turning mirrors. That felt harder than even the first boss fight, which those wargs were tough. So she will heal fast. I'll try to pay attention to whatever heal that is. So now I have that dread debuff. Plus 10 dread, terror of the bat. That's scary. Oh, we have all these AoE. I wonder if they just deactivate after a time, because it looks like there are only 3 of these ads this time, or it could just be different each time, I don't know. Oh, I thought for some reason there was some like flash on the screen where I thought I died. That was a little bit scary. So Quainfelly, you said you need 1 of each type of mob alive. Type alive to debuff her. That is possible. I don't know what sort of debuff it would do. The only buff she has, it's not really a debuff, is protection from slow. That's obviously not going to be a good thing that I'd want. And I think that's just an inherent thing from the boss. So this aura heals something. I didn't actually get... Oh, chest crumbles to dust as she gets weakened. So I guess we could keep the ads alive and it maybe debuffs her. Yeah, definitely don't want to get knocked off. Maybe it does debuff her, but it also seems to remove chest because it just said something. I guess we killed some of the ads and I got rid of a chest, which is almost challenge mode like. I don't know if there is a challenge mode for this instance, but that's kind of like how challenge modes are. You get the challenge chest if you do something extra. Well, this one, it sounds like there's an extra chest if you don't kill the ads. So I got some shining boots. Actually, I don't think she dropped that, so never mind from that. Still moving slow. I don't know if it's just the platform we're on, but I feel like I'm moving very slow. There it is. The lens is honed to a fine perfection, making it quite difficult to gain my footing. Double grab. Alright, so I think we are good to just leave. That was pretty exciting to get through. That was fun to do the first part solo, but I completely forgot about this big room where we had to do all the mirrors in a more mazy structure than even the cave. So I'm not sure... Thanks, you did too.
Once there was trade between the dwarves of Moria and the elves. Would that we could procure a trophy from doing favor?
Yeah, I didn't even see the challenge mode. Do you want to run water wheels, Gunlock? Okay, so we're going to do water wheels. I don't know if we'll group up as a big group, a raid, or anything again, but yeah, we'll do water wheels. This one has also been a little bit since I've done it, but I mostly remember how it goes, I think. This one should be a lot easier. I was able to solo this one on my Runekeeper on level for the most part. Oops. I could have taken the lizards to the runestone just to help out a little bit. Oops. So I turned to read chat, and I guess there was a little small enough of a hole on the platform for me to fall off. That was just unfortunate, but I'm kind of trying to watch back the playback of my stream to see exactly what happened, because it was just like I was going up here and then turned to chat and suddenly I'm falling. So Aaron, anyway, you said it was fun too. Oh, good job watching you figure out it was fun. And then you said it was time for your bed, so have a good evening. Yeah, it's close to bedtime for me. But thank you, I plan to continue to have a fun and good evening here in Moria. As far as the outlook for the stream, that is something to talk about. Again, I don't know what we're doing after this, but as far as the stream goes, I probably will get wrapping it up whenever we get done with the instances. let's see, I think I fell through that crack is what happened. Try not to do that this time. So I think we turned that wheel and it just changed the flow of the water for somewhere further in the instance as we get to it. I think this is the way we need to go, but am I going the wrong way? No. This one overall, compared to the mirror halls we just did, should be easier. And from my experience in this instance, I pretty much never did it. I might have done it once in the old days of LOTRO before the server, I mean. And otherwise, so we'll have to do something that somebody like opens it up and then somebody goes in there and gets the lever. But I did do it on my Runekeeper. A lot of it I did solo, but I did have somebody with me that eventually joined, and we did a lot of the stuff with turning things together. I just like randomly went through it, and it was a lot easier to figure out than the mirror halls. But other than that, I might have run it 1 or 2, 3 or other times maybe in the entirety of LOTRO. I think I thought I went through a solo once, but maybe I just went solo as long as I could, because I think I've heard you do need more than one person to do it. Oh yeah, I think that opened this bridge was kind of a problem, and then somebody goes down here and that'll open that thing back up there, that little closed gate looking thing. Or maybe it's this one even. Just somebody goes down here and opens something. I think it's just like a temporary thing, and that's why you need 2 people as far as I know. Maybe it wasn't safe to pull all these. I know I mentioned my Runekeeper had an easy time here, but I think that was actually before they buffed some of the enemies and did some rebalancing. It's a good thing that they've somewhat frequently, they're not like constantly changing balance at this level, but somewhat frequently they do go back in, especially with the legendary servers, do go back and rebalance some of the older content. Oops, did not mean to use my roar there, but okay, so I'm going to use this. I need this flower. You can get, this is like the other deed we did in the mirror halls, just collecting those mirror shards or whatever. You just collect a bunch of these and you get a deed done. Okay, make sure I almost jumped to where I would have dropped. There's a chance that maybe the person in my group gun log there could have hit a lever and I hit it as well. Oh, we didn't get this water wheel is what I'm guessing, actually. Yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah, that wheel just got the bridge a little bit. Yeah, I thought that came into play here, so do you want me to go back up? Okay. Is it this one or the next one? Okay, it's this one. Yeah, this one. Alright. Yeah, this instance, what am I trying to say? This instance is As you all can probably see, at least so far, a little bit less confusing than the other one. All we had to do there was hit a lever. One person had to hit a lever, and I had to go into this room and get it. Do you need the strange plant up here? Okay, do you want to open the lever and let me out, and then I can open the lever for you to get that? I think that's what we're doing. I just thought that'd be easier. I don't know if you can permanently open this, so just thought that would be a bit more helpful. This one's, I guess they had the mobs in there. I didn't even pay attention to the fact that there were mobs in there. That they're soloable. I don't remember them being particularly difficult. And then I think something they do will trigger this. Unless it's another door or something that opens, or maybe they go. So the roomkeeper in my group, I think that eventually drops down to this lever, which that lever will extend the gate on the bridge. It's not really a gate, will extend the bridge on this side, so I think that's what's happening, just so you all know. Again, compared to turning the mirrors, this is actually less confusing to me, at least. Hey, Cosmic Star. Think. Oh, they're fighting something. When they're not quite to where I can heal her, but we'll just wait in these water wheels. This is another, I guess talked about a tiny bit, but this is just another one of the weird instances. The environment itself is super weird. That's more what I was thinking about, but just all these water wheels. I think, not entirely sure, but I assume it's located in the waterworks zone of Moria. I don't know the physical location. It is technically from the Lothorian instance cluster, but no problem. Do you want me to go through that gate then? Okay. So Cosmic Star, I am doing good here. The stream's going pretty well, actually. Was a little bit late to getting it started, but compared to some of my previous streams, everything as far as chat and actually the playback has actually been working. I did have a little section of drop frames where OBS went crazy and decided to kick my bitrate like way up to where my internet couldn't handle it. Actually, I'm kind of curious what class deeds I have. I have Beorn's Might, so just to use my cooldown skill, I need to use Thickened Hide. This one, as far as blue line goes, I pretty much only blade blue line on this one. I need to use that 21 more times. So I could actually get that knocked out in a couple of days. Oh, were you at the lever? Oh, I'm sorry, I did not see that. I was paying zero attention. So apparently, I don't know if you all saw this, but apparently they already did the lever and I just totally missed that. So, okay. Alright, should be. Just a minute, I'll extend the bridge there. There might actually, I wonder if there's another flower in this section, I don't remember. Or one of the strange plants. Unfortunately, that dive, that slowed me down quite a bit for 18 seconds. I don't think I have the red line set up, which is unfortunate. Actually, I might have set the red line up. I don't want to be in the yellow line though, just in case it's not the red line. I don't know these rock worms. Hopefully I don't have much issue with them. Might just be a little bit of a slow fight. If I had an AoE stun or daze, I could try to do the lever. I don't know if it would let you do that in combat, but it would just be something to consider. I don't think with this character I have anything like that though. So I'll just be stuck soloing these couple of mobs. And it looks like they don't do much to me, at least as a tank class. Runekeeper definitely more squishy. Fellowship maneuver. Oh, I'm actually... I should not have let my morale get that low to begin with. Just want to be extra safe here, of course. I actually could go in range of the Runekeeper, maybe. Well, maybe. There we go, and they could use their heals on me or whatever. Could make you out of line of sight, I'm not entirely sure. Oops, I didn't even mean to use Relentless there, but... Hey, I can use these levers in bear form. I guess I actually noticed that earlier, but didn't really pay much mind to it. That's the way we came, so I think... Okay, yeah, I don't remember exactly. I think we can go either down or up from here, though. And that'll eventually take us somewhere. Okay, we can go up then. Yeah, I really don't remember again. The main time I really paid attention and focused in this instance was on my Runekeeper. Alright. So we are headed up. There are two sets of staircases, and this was actually something on my other Runekeeper that also didn't know which staircase went where. I think that permanently opens this. Does this go back to the entrance, I think, just as a shortcut? At the very top here, there might be something I don't remember. Yeah, that's just up to the entrance. There's another staircase that I think we can go on, though. If I find my way back down. It's nice that they have that shortcut, so if you wipe or die, you can just more quickly get back. Okay, if you get back to where we can go up the other steps. These are very small steps, maybe it's just because I'm a bear here, but it even looks like if I go in man form I could actually tell, but they're like super small steps there. They hardly even fit this character's feet, and really only his toes. That one's a large plant for our... Yeah. I did my first times through this, I did that same thing a bunch. Hey Angela, Childress? So we have Spittail, the boss lizard. Oops, there's the Runkeeper. And hey, Iffy, I think that's what your name looks like. If I fear makes a little bit more sense than Iffy, I think. Somehow missed aggro on that other lizard. Actually, it keeps running away. There we go. Right, so this boss is going pretty smoothly. No, it's a big lizard, but it's compared to the other stuff, hardly a boss fight. And somehow killing that one, Spittail, I got enemies of Nella Doom. Indeed. Alright, so we have to, that's right, we have to get that bridge extended somehow. We might have to go through that. So you asked, will I be doing a My Captain class story for all the classes? And I plan on it. Eventually. The next one I'm working on is the Warden one, but I'm not sure that will be the next one that's up, because the Warden one, that one is, there's a lot to that. So I've done a poll, which maybe you have seen on YouTube, and I have done it on Twitter as well while taking a lot of damage here. Because the Warden one, there's just a lot to the Warden story and a lot to expand it to that I think would be good to talk about. So I think I'm actually, for that one, going to split it into multiple parts. I don't know, I guess I could get rid of the sphere with a potion. But yes, I do plan to eventually do a class story for all the classes. One of the ones that's actually been requested is Hunter. And I think my Hunter experience is a little bit interesting, and to stay somewhat spoiler free, I just have a lot of Hunters, even though it's not necessarily my favorite. I thought it was down back at that fight, but maybe not. I don't know, I think they think something is up here, which might be the case. I don't 100% remember this instance, of course. Oh, I didn't realize we passed one already. Oh. So your favorite class, it sounds like that is Hunter then. We'll see if we miss something up here, I'm not sure, but again, it is possible. So as far, as the Hunter goes, that would probably be the next one I try to actually do and have the full video of. And the Warden one is just the first one I started working on after the, what's it called, the Captain, but okay. Which room? The one at the very bottom we were at? Or uh-huh. left. Okay, yeah, I'm here. Yeah. Did you flip it? Okay, yeah, I'm here. Oh, so Warden is your favorite. Yeah, that is the one. No, it did not open. That is my favorite class as well, and that's why it would just be such a long video, really. I don't think this lever opens that. So there's the item for the deed in there. We don't need this to progress through the instance. Do you know of another lever that might open this one? Okay. See you, Rationalistic. Thanks for joining the stream. Another thing with the captain video, I think I mentioned this in the video, but I don't 100% remember, is I'm actually going to be doing another captain video that's not quite like the story of my captain, but it's just another fun thing like that, I think. And bringing back really the old Things I Like series that only had one video, but it was still a thing. I just actually had some other stuff recorded for the Things I Like series back when I did that, whatever, like year or 2 years ago, year and a half maybe. So that particular video I did, Things I Like About the Shire, the problem with expanding that and doing more things like that is that just took forever for me to do. Now, the video itself was fun and starting the series, that I liked doing the Things I Like series, but there was just so much to it. It was just taking too much time if I wanted to really have those. Except it's actually something I am going to be trying with the captain class. That is going to be like the first new one I'm doing of that, but it's taken a totally different direction. But I'm just waiting for the Runekeeper, as far as this instance goes, to try to find something to open this gate. I think there's another lever we're missing. And the main reason we want in there, as I mentioned, is not to progress through the instance, but there is a strange plant there, which counts for, I think, the flowers deed in here. If I actually look at that, but... So Tempers Gaming, you said you asked what would you say is the best overall class at the moment, and what would you say is the worst class in the current meta? Endgame or leveling doesn't matter, just want to hear my opinion. So for endgame, there are a lot of good classes. The captain is considered the best tank class. So it really depends what within game. I don't know if there's a single best class. For me, I just like too many classes and too many... There's... the person in my group is talking about this instance with the lever. Maybe we're ready to go. But yeah, I'm trying to really think about a class. I don't think there's any one particular class that is the best in the meta. You'd have to really divide it by roles, I think. Now, I will say the captain is good, and you could almost consider it best. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't remember where this lever would be either. If we go through the whole thing and don't find it, we can always just look back a bit. So captain is good because they have the red line that's viable. So they're going to be good at support because of that, good at the DPS support. And then there is tanking, which is also viable and considered the best tank as far as... What was that? I'm at that gate with the flower that we can't get to. They asked me a question. I was in the middle of talking, so I have no idea what it was. As far as leveling goes, okay. As far as leveling goes, actually the Beorning's a really good leveling class at low levels. It is melee range, and generally people consider range classes better at leveling just because you can pull enemies faster and usually go about combat faster. And yeah, Hunter is often considered one of the best leveling classes. So did you want to just go through the rest of this and go about this, or ignore the plant for now? Okay, I'll see. We can go back down and I'll double check if there's anything that I missed and see if I remember. For some reason I thought we had to go up, like you mentioned, like the back steps that go to the entrance, but I don't remember where the lever is, and even if there's a lever, what it opened. Oh. Oh, there was a wheel? I did not realize we didn't do a wheel. So it sounds like we might need a wheel for this, but I feel like I've done a bad job talking about the classes. Keep going on about Captain. I guess because we've also talked about Captain. Sounds like there is a wheel here. That could be turned. But in general, in game, if we think about DPS, I know wardens are good, burglars are also good DPS. Don't think we've been through there. It's possible we need to go through that. Oh, I think I already turned this wheel actually, but we'll see what it does. It is possible that it needs to be off. Actually, I don't see anything that changed. Yeah, so this instance is probably starting to seem like the other one. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't see anything, at least. But this instance is probably starting to seem like the other one, but we actually are pretty good as far as progressing through the instance. I keep repeating this, but we're just trying to get this for the flower, for the deed, and there's a lever somewhere that opens that. I'm just not sure where. So we did the thing at the top where it activated that. So where did you want to head from here? I'm actually back at the top just double checking everything. Okay, there's just a stone wheel up here, no lever. But other classes that are good at DPS other than Warden and Burglar, there is the Captain, as I mentioned, but they're more of a support in terms of how they help with DPS. Hunter, I don't think is very bad right now. They were buffed, but I don't think they're as good as Champion, who was also recently buffed. I'm not as familiar with how good Champions are compared to some of the other classes. Okay, I'm going to, I guess, just head back down to the bottom if that's alright. Yeah. Okay, so I'm again double checking that I didn't miss any lever here to open that gate, but and this is a really weird experience. I've talked about this a little bit with the past two instances, and I still haven't finished talking about Temper's Gaming's topic, which I think is an interesting one. For some reason, I'm just having a little bit of slowness talking about it. So, if I fear you asked if the burglar and captain are slow at leveling, you've heard some in-game player discuss that. The captains, I think, are the slowest leveling class compared to anything else. Compared to anything else, I think they are the slowest. But burglars, they are actually very fast. They used to, so a while back, and this is actually quite a while back, they used to not deal much damage. The main thing they were used for was their support for their debuffs. And even while leveling, they just didn't deal all that much damage. They were a little bit outdated. But they were eventually buffed and changed, so now they're very good. They're very good at damage, first of all. And they're also good for leveling. They have a lot of burst damage and can one-shot mobs and things like that. So they're very good at leveling for that. Uh-oh, did you get locked out? Oh no, you made it. Sorry, I didn't realize that was like already starting and locking out. Wow, she got hit by the... Uh-oh. Well, I guess I got to almost solo this boss fight. So this guy, this is interesting because the Halls of Black lore that I've been going through on Luiden actually has the Carrag as like one of the shades of the past that you have to defeat. So I remembered this boss, I just didn't know exactly where it was from, and I was actually thinking water wheels, and it turns out that is actually good. So Temper's Gaming, I think Guardian leveling is much better and much faster than Captain leveling. Captain's just slow. They do low damage on their own, especially at low levels. At very low levels, actually. I take that back. At very low levels, Captains actually do good damage. It's very weird. Well, while he's hiding to nurse his wounds or whatever it said, that gave me a chance to restore my morale. I guess I have to go back to him where he will heal up. Maybe the whole point is you have to time this? I actually don't know. Do you know what I need to do for this part of the fight? Probably have to wake him up somehow. Nope. He just reset, so I'll try and revive you. Okay, he should reset again and I can res. But yeah, Guardian, they definitely used to be weak, but with their update, the update to the red line, they do fairly decent damage. Okay. Oops, I went on auto run again. Were you ready? I did not mean to go on a run there. Well, so I guess it's the Carol. I have aggro, but I even had sacrifice up on her and she took all that damage. This is kind of like the other boss. It's just pretty tough damage wise and even a little bit mechanics. Yeah, Dan's Adventures, I'd unfortunately have to agree, Captain leveling. Yeah, that could. I'll try to remember to get a force taunt right away. He seems to like to run away and almost one-shot you. Trying to think the next like class that has the worst leveling experience, and I'd actually say at low levels at least Lore Master. Below level 20 especially, they're going to be pretty bad unfortunately for leveling solo. Minstrel is one I haven't played too much recently, but I know they're also... They used to be very good. They used to be very, very strong leveling, but then they were nerfed, so I think, especially relative to that, they're not the best as far as solo and leveling goes. I'm not sure in general as far as like compared to Captain. I doubt they're worse than Captain. Actually, from what I have played of my Minstrels, they're not worse than Captain. So Tempers Gaming, off topic of this, you would like to see a video similar to your character stories, but about your MMO story and the MMOs you have played and what you did in those games, and why I always came back to LOTRO. So that's interesting. I haven't played too many MMOs actually. There are a few I have tried, a couple that I like more than others, but the main other one than LOTRO that I really play is World of Warcraft, and even WoW Classic. That one could be an interesting one. WoW Classic specifically because I wasn't really interested in endgame or anything like that, so my time on WoW Classic was short, and unfortunately it was during my YouTube break. I would have been happy to stream some of my playtime on that and just playing through it, but I was really just interested in leveling. And I don't know if it's just the way Classic WoW is or how. Okay, I will try to not auto-run in this time on accident again. Okay, so yeah, with Classic WoW, I leveled very fast compared to what I actually leveled in kind of actual WoW at that time. So it just went by really fast for me. Oh, God. My force not there we go. That was significant. Oh, he's doing his big thing. I should have just avoided that. That was totally my mistake. And one thing with that is actually I play a lot of alts in general, and so in Classic WoW I did as well, but with that one it just wasn't as fun going through the game on the alts. I did have a bit of fun on that, but I pretty much got through my playtime on that and that was it. With regular World of Warcraft, I don't think that game has been fun since Mists of Pandaria was okay. Oh, I think, did he do a knockback? I didn't see. He keeps knocking me back though. I'm worried he's going to. So this time he said enough and he goes to hide and nurse his wound. So this is, last time he did this, he just like reset. There's a fancy wood chest. I just don't know anything to interact with. Oh, you have to get that somehow, so there might be a lever somewhere. Oh, I found the lever this time. Although, I could have waited and just let it reset if you want. Would you rather that? Okay. Not in the middle. Okay, I gotta try to res real quick since you're way back. Oh, that didn't work. So the lever I used, I don't think actually... Oh, he's going to do his thing. I tried to avoid it, but I think I just ran under him instead of behind him. Have all these potions, might as well make use of them. Oops, sorry, I used all my man form stuff. There's a reason I switched to bear form. Okay, so even behind him, I got hit by it, but I think I took less damage being behind him than right in front of him when he did his induction. I don't even think it was an induction, just a regular attack with an uninterruptible induction. So soon he's going to go into his thing to regenerate some health. Nurse's wounds, that's what it's called. So there is a lever on the right there. There's another one on the left. So I'm guessing this lever on the right here effects would get him here. So I'll try that. Hopefully that did a ton of damage to him. Nope, it just woke him up. Oh, and I accidentally went under this pounder thing. Wow, this is going... Oh, he's doing his thing. This is going to be a long fight if I end up soloing it, but that's okay. That time I took pretty much full damage. I think I only got under him instead of completely behind him again, though. I don't know the next morale threshold if he tries to nurse his wounds again. Oh, that did a lot of damage to me. I don't have many of my buffs cooldowns up. Wow, that one almost got me. I just used a potion in time, now I'm stunned. Okay, good. He's going to nurse his wounds, which is actually good for me surviving. I am stunned right now, unfortunately. There we go. Yeah. Okay, oh, and he got me. That was unfortunate. That was... Oh, he did Karog's Fist, and he did Mighty Melee Attack. Got a couple crits on those. Or a crit on the Mighty Melee Attack and a hit on the other one. If you were what? Sorry. It doesn't matter. I can just run down and try it. Well, actually, you're in the corner, right? Okay, yeah. Yeah. I would offer to just revive you, but that might be hard. So it might just be a little bit slow there. I just got a couple big hits in a row, but I can try to avoid that. I don't know if you would actually rather go in the DPS spec to help with that or stay healing. That's up to you, but okay. Okay, and I'm trying to keep... I have a buff up that reduces the damage you take, but I can try to keep that up, but unfortunately he just does strong AoEs in addition to the knockbacks and the pounding things. I actually don't know how you get to the Karog in the southern room. You have to get that lever, which is in the southern room. I think there's a way, but I just don't remember how. I know the challenge is to defeat one or the other. Maybe there's even more to this instance after the Karog, but I'm not sure. Oh, and Tempers Gaming, I saw your message again. I was in the middle of that, but you asked, does the Beorning have a healing spec, and if so, is it any good? And the Beorning does have a healing spec. That's the yellow line. That's my second favorite Beorning spec. I just haven't had the opportunity to heal on this character basically at all. But that one's pretty fun, and it is pretty good. So their healing is viable. There's a couple things, like compared to Runekeeper and Minstrel, that those classes have that the Beorning doesn't have, but they're definitely viable healers. And one thing they actually get is their in-combat res, that is in the yellow line, and it has a 3-minute cooldown, so it's pretty. You can use that for an in-combat res at least fairly frequently. So that's nice with the yellow line. They also have a lot of nice debuffs, and I think it's mainly debuffs rather than buffs, but a lot of nice things like that, and very good AoE handling. So yeah, their yellow line is definitely good and fun. Whenever I do that VIP daily, I always forget to use the subscribers jug, I think. I don't think we've been going 4 hours where I actually would have used it, so I've probably been getting item wear this whole time. Actually, I don't need to repair. Maybe I did use it. It said 4-hour cooldown, I thought. Oh no, 10-minute cooldown. That explains it. Let me know when you're ready. Oh, yep. Okay, gotta remember our very first thing to do is force taunt since he runs straight to the Runekeeper. So if I fear you asked if... I was not ready for that, sorry. I don't know what happened. He did a ton of damage to me. And... I just don't know what happened, unfortunately, that he did that. I really wasn't ready for that. So if I fear you asked, though, is the blue the better one to level up in for Beorning? So it's just the most fun to me. The red line is good for damage if you just want to kill things fast. It's very good for damage. Unfortunately, the content we're going through, I feel like we're having a rough time with this boss, but we can give it another try or two. I need to just start the fight better and be ready for my buffs and that sort of stuff. My cooldown skills. And actually, if I go back here, I can... I can see I'm actually looking back at the playback of my stream real quick as I'm navigating down here. And it looks like I taunted him, then went back and then got knocked back and was up for a little bit. Okay, so I was up for a little bit before I died after getting the knockback, so that's probably just me not paying too much attention if I had to guess. But yeah, with the Beorning, the blue line's good for defensive if you're looking just to be more defensive while leveling up, to maybe go through tougher content if you're having trouble surviving. It's definitely good for that, or if you tank group content while leveling like this character does. But in general, the red line should be good. That does a lot more damage. For me, it's just the red line is actually less fun to play even though it has all the damage. But hopefully, this boss fight, it's kind of like that Morval we were fighting way earlier. I will be more on top of things once we get it. I'll be more on top of things as soon as the fight starts this time, and I'll use like my hope buff, and I'll just try to pay generally more attention this fight. I'm going to use, if I have warding scrolls, some of those help out a little bit. Yep. Alright, hopefully this one goes better. Okay. Again, I'm going to pay attention, be ready for the knockback and some of his effects and things. Like that. See, he had aggro on me, but it looked like he was attacking the Runekeeper, and there my morale's going really low, so... Wow, I really don't know why I'm taking so much damage this time. I just feel like I'm taking suddenly a lot more damage. I'm sorry, I seem to be taking a lot more damage, and I'm not entirely sure why compared to the previous fights we did of this. I'll probably be good to give this 1 or 2 more tries, but I don't know if you want to keep running through this, not really making progress, it seems like. Okay, it looks like I caught up on all the chat questions. Unfortunately for me, this fight is just like... Oh yeah, we could wait to see what that group and what they do. I feel like we should be able to get it, but it's not going too well. So the other group, the 6-man group that we split off from, they're still in Dicussion, I think. At least as far as I know. Actually, it looks like they moved to the Casa Doom one. I think that's the Flaming Deeps. Or no, they could still be Dicussion. Sorry, don't know what? Oh, that's okay. I think it's this boss, he just does a lot of things, does a lot of damage. I don't know if you want to try to give it maybe 1 more try, and then I can ask the progress on their group and see if somebody would want to join if they're about done. If we don't get it. I really don't know what I was doing. So the couple of tries we did it before these past 2, I was able to survive and kite for a while. I just didn't really know the mechanics, and eventually I did take too much damage. I mean, that's how I died on our second run through, I think. So, if I fear you said something you haven't really seen is a good video about gearing while leveling, you're not sure if there's really a strategy or just grab whatever from quests is the best start. So grabbing things from quests is a good start. Crafting gear at low level, especially level like 50 or even 60 and below, is really good. So that's going to be a strong option for you. I'm going to use Sacrifice. That's actually something that could make me take a ton of damage, so maybe I won't use that. But yeah, crafting gear, especially below level 60, is good. Then then questing gear. That is a good option. At higher levels, usually that will be sufficient, but at very low levels, questing gear is actually very bad in general, so you'll want... I'm going to stay on top of things and go ahead and use one of my defensive cooldowns. He should be going in his slumbery thing soon, where he tries to treat some of his wounds or whatever. See, I don't know why he just like ran to the Runekeeper even though I have aggro on him. He's targeting me, but he's chasing the Runekeeper. I don't know which lever. Yes, I thought you all probably finished way before us how slow we're going. Okay, so the Runekeeper is dead, but I feel like this is actually going fairly smoothly. I don't have any potions. I have one of my... Okay, I'm going to use my cooldown. Yeah, 3 man. You can bring one on level if you want. Sounds like we could be getting... one on level is fine with me if you'd rather that. Sounds like we could be getting somebody to join the group, but I'm going to try to kill that. Like, okay. Champion should be good. We're on the... I think the Karlug, the last boss now. I'm trying to get him down. Oh, I'm at the wrong spot for the lever, unfortunately. We have this one going, which is the one that could actually cause me trouble if I get too close. Problem is he's healing up right now. So I'll go ahead and invite him. Looks like I actually got out of range of his flash knockback for once. That might have been the first time. Yep. Okay, train. Get out of that. I gotta not only get out of his thing, but avoid all these pounding thingies. What are they, like hydraulic press, lift, press, whatever those things are called? That type thing. Wow. For some reason I thought I heard what was like a human male scream in like bear form. Oh no, 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 Windows. Okay guys, if my stream randomly ends, that's because it sounds like Windows might be about to update. If I disconnect, Windows just came up with something about updating. So, just so you all know. Fortunately, I'm rooted there. I really hope Windows doesn't update in the middle of the stream, but it has updated in the middle of me like playing something like LOTRO. So that would be bad. But I just wanted to let you all know something popped up on that in the middle of this boss fight that is just a possibility. Okay, I'll just let him to come to me here. Looks like I'm getting through this though. I don't want to say anything too soon, but he's at like 10% of his maximum morale. Oh, what? I'm gonna have one of those things hit me? Oh no. I guess the one here isn't activated. I thought I was gonna have one of the hydraulic press type thingies hit me. Oh, he's doing his regenerate thing and he has 3,000 health left. At least he's doing it right next to me, which means I don't want to click him, I want to click the lever. But that means I can quickly do it and he shouldn't be able to regenerate too much health. I'm gonna go ahead and use my evade buff. I want to be extra safe for his last 5,000. I'm doing all this damage, but he's not taking damage. There he goes. Yes. So that was quite the thing. So I don't think we are actually done. That was just, I don't know, maybe that was the Carlug. I thought it was the last boss, but we still have the challenge, so maybe there's something else. I think this is the exit for the instance. Which means, yeah, I thought that was the last boss. I just saw we still had that challenge. Okay, so we're looking, as far as the rest of this, we are looking at, again, how to open that gate, but with the stream, that is pretty much it. I think as far as a group goes, we're pretty much done. This is usually when we wrap up. I have been going, this has actually been one of our longer kin nights lately. We've been going about 3 hours as far as the stream goes, and I've been pretty much streaming. Just started right at this. Was there anything I needed to do, or just wait here at the gate? Okay, well, I'll wait at this one up here. Oh, but that was pretty exciting, that boss fight, to finally get it. It was a tough one. Nope. Oh. Yeah, Glor, there's a lever behind you. Can you flip that to get the bridge open? Yep. I guess they were messing with us, and unfortunately that got me blocked. Thanks. So it looks like it is staying open. It hasn't closed yet, at least. But I'll get the flower, and then if I need to open it, I'll switch the lever for you. Is it the one at the top of the staircase steps? Oh. Okay. Okay, oh. Let's see. Okay, so the gate is open now, but I'll go ahead and head up and see if I need to switch it for you. Okay, so I'm just headed up for the Runekeeper. They still need to get that flower for the deed again, but... Okay. I'm up here, but I'll wait until you're ready. Okay, so all I need to do now is flip this lever. We finally got it. It was this lever that it does a bridge and it does that gate we needed to get that last flower to complete that deed. So not only for that deed did I get the Plants of the Waterwork done, and just to get that done, but I got 10 LOTRO points. That's the exciting thing. With deeds and LOTROs, you get LOTRO points, so... But as far as the stream goes, there really isn't much to it. I just thought you all might want to watch finishing up that deed. It was pretty exciting to finally get that done. But in general with the stream, I guess to recap... Yep. I guess to recap... Oh, flipping that lever, I think it actually stopped this water wheel. Not entirely sure that's what it did, but that's what it looked like. So is that all we need here, then? Or was there anything more to this? I don't remember. Yeah, the car lug or whatever it was. Yeah, that's the last one we did. Alright then. So, sounds like we are done. Yep. So, yeah, with the stream, I need to do the recap as I'm just kind of finishing up with the group. Yeah, thanks. Anyway, with the stream we did the turtle raid, and that's when we thought we were going to do try Darn Arbagut or the Watcher, but we didn't do that. So we did most of the group split to do an epic battle, but I decided to sit that one out and let other people join. So I tried to solo some of the 3-mans, but they got finished with the epic battle like fairly quickly. I was in the 3-man trying to solo that for a while. So this did turn out to be more of a Moria instances type stream, so I'm probably going to switch that title back just so everyone knows. But that's what we did today. It was pretty fun doing all this Moria stuff. It was interesting seeing those 3-mans. I think they're pretty interesting. They take a little bit and just a little bit of effort to get through, and trial and error of sorts, and figuring things out more than very tough combat. But they actually did end up having very tough combat, like that last boss fight, some of the stuff in the first one we did, the mirror halls, that had some interesting fights. So there's a lot going on with that, and especially with just 2 of us, and not really the best setup with gear. My armor is okay, but my jewelry is not all set up the best. My ally, of course, doesn't set up, so just some improvements my character could use just to showcase this a little bit more, I guess, talk about it more. That's kind of what was going on with this. Hey, Sergio Hernandez. I think you asked if I can buy you a legacy. Yes, is that what everyone plays? But I'm not sure what you mean by that. If you mean like Beorning or Moria. Legacies are like legendary item legacies. That's what I'm assuming you meant. But anyway, with this stream, that is pretty much it. And to give an update, what is tomorrow? Monday? Tomorrow I plan to have a video. I don't know exactly what video, but I do plan to have a video tomorrow. I might try to stream Louisden, but there's no guarantees. It really depends on what goes on throughout the day. Unfortunately, I don't have solid plans for if I can stream tomorrow or not. Otherwise, Tuesday I'm also not entirely sure on, and Wednesday I at least will be back with the stream, but otherwise I will, if I don't have a video tomorrow, I will have a stream. That's pretty much the way it works out with my channel. Sometimes I have videos and streams. Another thing that's exciting about this week though is we might have the update 28 War of the Three Peaks mini expansion beta open up. That was delayed from last week. I kind of forgot to talk about that this whole stream, too busy with the fun Moria stuff, but that's okay. Anyway, that is it, and just a very short look out towards the future. Otherwise, for the stream, it is time to wrap it up, so I hope everyone did enjoy this and enjoyed going through the Moria content a little bit. And if you did enjoy, please consider liking and subscribing for more. And thanks for joining and chatting and watching, everyone.